Every one of us in our own lives, we have to develop what I call the spiritual anchor, the rock, the soul compass, and it has nothing to do with religion. When I say the spiritual anchor, the spiritual anchor is when we know who we are in relationship to ourselves. We know who we are in relationship to the earth, to one another, to our past, to our future. We know how we are empowered and what our potential is. And once you know that, we then can live our truth.
If you can't focus, then you can't focus your energy. And if you can't focus your energy, nothing grows. And people's energy is going all over the place and nothing ever manifests in people's lives. And then they wonder why, the whole visualization, law of attraction thing doesn't work. Well, you can't bloody focus. That's why it doesn't work.
If you leave a lot of blanks in what you want, then all of a sudden it's like, well, it's random, whatever fills in the blank because you never said what you wanted. You can have an idea of what you want, and that's important. But the most important part of that, just having an idea, is not just have a broad idea. I want X. And I go, no. What exactly do you want? Why?
Where am I going? And to answer that question, you have to try and find out what you want. And so I went into that very thoroughly. What do I want to happen? And of course, as soon as you ask yourself that, you begin to fantasize. So I simply set myself to thinking through how far we could go. And so I soon found myself at a great push-button place where I had a fantastic mechanism with buttons available for every conceivable thing I could wish. So I spent quite a bit of time playing with those. You go going like that, and here is Cleopatra. And so on, and then press this button, symphonic music. And when, you're like everybody's dream of the Sultan in the palace, you suddenly notice there's a button labeled surprise. You push that. And here we are.
You are the creator of your reality, but you are a thinker of it into being, not a doer of it into being. There'll be plenty of action that you'll be inspired to, but that's not the way you create. You create through the conscious flowing of thought.
If you wanted to create a new personal reality, a new life, you'd have to change your personality, which means you'd have to start thinking about what you've been thinking about and change it. You'd have to become aware of your unconscious habits and behaviors and even what you say and modify them. And then you'd have to look at those emotions that keep you anchored to the past and decide if those emotions belong in your future. So most people try to create a new personal reality as the same personality, and it doesn't work. We literally have to become someone else.
I mean, you're the one with the struggles and with the difficulties, and expecting somebody else to change or something outside of you to get better in order for you to make your life work at this level that I'm calling intention is something you have to really take a hard look at. It's in here.
The most important thing, I think, is to know your nature. What is your nature? What are your strengths and weaknesses and your likes and your dislikes? And once you know that, then you also think, what are the fits? Oh, I would like that job, and the job could pay me well. And then you figure out, okay, how do you do it? How do I get to it? Another part of it is the realization that you don't have to make your decisions in your own head. Okay? Now, when you start to realize that you know what you're good at and what you're bad at, that a power comes to you when you start to know, okay, who's